Hi everyone, I am Marjorie Manam, and today I will discuss about the Lululemon Atlantica Incorporation. So before I begin, um, I would like to respectfully acknowledge Anasanda School of Management acknowledges that it is situated on traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the Coast Salish people, including the Musquam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh Nation. So here's our agenda for today. First is the introduction, followed by the company overview, the headquarters and operations, the goods and services provided, the financial overview of the company, the human resource summary, the company strategy, the Lululemon future employees, the attraction and retention of the employees, employee fears, overcome fears, the infographics, conclusion, and the references. So, before we start financial growth or the global expansion, I want to ask one question. What actually drives long term organization success? So, many people would say strong branding or revenue. But sustainable success begins with people. So, human resource management plays a vital role in helping organizations achieve long term success. So, in today's competitive and rapidly changing business environment, strategic workforce planning ensures that the companies have the right people with the right skills, knowledge, and capabilities at the right time. So, workforce planning is no longer just an administrative function, it is a strategic necessity. Organizations that fail to align HR practices with business strategy often face productivity gaps, leadership shortages, and high employee turnover. So, this presentation examines Lululemon Atlantica's organizational structure, financial performance, and human resource profile in Canada. So it analyzes how the company's growth strategy requires strategic workforce planning, particularly in attracting and retaining millennials and Generation Z. So, the purpose of this presentation is to demonstrate that aligning human resource practices with the growth strategy strengthens organizational performance and competitive advantages. So, by examining generation workforce trends, employee concerns, and retention strategies, we can better understand how strategic HR planning supports Lululemon's continued success in the global market. So, next is the company overview. So, Lululemon Atlantica was founded in 1998 in Vancouver, British Columbia, and has grown into a global recognized athletic apparel company. So, according to Lululemon Atlantica Incorporation, the company's purpose is to to evaluate the world by realizing the full potential within every one of us. So this purpose is important because it is influences both brand identity and internal culture. So Lululemon is not only selling athletic apparel, it is promoting wellness, empowerment, and community engagement. So this means employees are not just simply associates, they are brand ambassadors who represent the company's values. Um, Therefore, hiring decisions must reflect both skills and cultural alignment. So next is the headquarters and operations. So the headquarters located at 1818 Cornwall Avenue in Vancouver, so services as the store support center. So from this location, leadership teams manage brand strategy, finance, human resources, and expansion planning across Canada and globally. So Lululemon operates through hybrid structure of physical retail store and digital or the e-commerce platforms. So these operational models requires a workforce that is adaptable and technologically competent. So strategic workforce planning becomes essential in a coordinating national operations and ensuring alignment between store level executions and growth strategy. Now, I will briefly discuss about the Lululemon's goods and services and how they support its strategic positioning. So first is the Lululemon is not just an apparel company. It is specializes in high performance technical athletic wear designed for activities such as yoga, running, and training. And what makes the brand unique is its combination of functionality, comfort, and innovation. Second is beyond apparel, the company also offers footwear, accessories, and lifestyle products. So this diversification strengthens revenue streams and enhance customer loyalty. And lastly, is the Lululemon provides services that improves the guest experience, such as free hemming, in-store product education, and membership benefits. So according to Lululemon Atlantica Incorporation, these services are designed to strengthen brand loyalty and long-term customer relationships. So overall, Lululemon goods and services are not just products. They are part of strategic customers experience model that supports revenue and growth competitive advantage. So let's proceed to the financial overview or performance of Lululemon. So according to Lululemon Atlantica Incorporation, in 2022 reported that the total revenue approximately $8.11 billion in fiscal year 2022. So Canadian revenue increased to approximately 1.6 billion dollars, highlighting the strengths of the domestic market. So operating income reached in $1.33 billion, while net income remained strong at $800. $854.8 million here. So although net income slightly declined compared to the previous year, the company maintained high profitability. So these financial indicators demonstrate that the Lululemon possesses the capital they're required to invest in workforce expansion, digital transformation, and global growth initiatives. So, financial performance directly supports HR investments. Without strong revenue and operating income, expansion of workforce and leadership development programs would not be sustainable. So, next is the human resource profile. So, according to macro trends, it's shown in figure 4 is the global employee growth in 2021 to 2025, which the global workforce increased from approximately 29,000 employees in 2021 to over 39,000 employees by 2025. So based on the government of Canada 2023, 9,000 employees work in Canada and over 2,600 additional roles were added at the Vancouver headquarters. So the workforce demographic profile shows that the majority of the employees falls within the 18 to 35 age of range. So this age distribution indicates strong representation of millennial and Generation Z. So in additional, the workforce demonstrate the gender and ethnic diversity, which supports inclusive organizational culture and innovation capacity. So, Lululemon invests in employee well being through paid time off, wellness programs, extended health plans, recognition incentives, and savings programs. So, this benefits strengthens employee engagement and support the long term retention. In, in this table, the annual hourly rates of Lululemon employees, the roles, and the hourly and annual salaries by jobs. Okay, so next, let's proceed to the company strategy. So the company strategy, or the Lululemon, has a growth strategy. So according to Lululemon Atlantica Incorporation, the company introduced the Power of 3 times 2 5-year growth plan. So it means the goal is to double revenue by fiscal year 2026. So the strategy focuses on three pillars. First is the product innovation, includes sustainable materials and technical apparel design. Second is the enhanced guest experience, involve improving both in-store and digital interaction. And lastly is the market expansion, which includes opening new stores and strengthening e-commerce presence globally. So according to Belcourt Podolsky 2023, organization pursuing growth strategies must align HR practices with expansion goals. So growth is not only financial. It is requires an increased workforce capability. So next is the future employees. So these are the future employees that Lululemon must prioritize, which are the Generation Y or the Millennials, or and the Generation Z or the Zoomers. So they are the one who supports or align the innovation to support the growth strategy and digital expansion and also the global market growth. Okay, so first let's discuss about the Generation Z. Generation Z is born in the mid 1990s to early 2010s. So they are the digital competence. According to SCORE 2019, Generation Z is achievement oriented, adaptable, and technologically fluent. So they are digital natives who are comfortable with social media and online platforms. So for a company like Lululemon, which is expanding its e-commerce and digital marketing presence, this technological fluency is critical. So Gen Z employees enhance online engagement, social media campaigns, digital customers interaction. So their adaptability also supports fast-changing retail environments. So next is the Generation Y, or the millennials, or what we call the strategic value. So according to Divani 2015, millennials are highly educated and technologically capable. They are born between the early 1980s and the mid 1990s. So NG et al. 2010 explained that millennials value meaningful work, leadership, development, and career progression. So these characteristics align with the Lululemon expansion strategy because growth requires leadership pipeline development, innovation requires collaboration, and market expansion requires adaptability. So millennials' preference for teamwork and development aligns with the strategy requirements. So next is the attraction and retention strategy. So according to the Belcourt Podolsky 2023, HR strategies must align with the corporate strategy or the growth strategy to support sustainable performance. So, to attract millennials, Lululemon should emphasize leadership training, career progression pathways, and purpose driven work. While to attract Generation Z, the company should focus on digital recruitment, platforms, employer branding, inclusive organizational culture. So, according to Deloitte 2023, both generations prioritize flexibility, work life balance, and mental health support. So, retention strategies must therefore include flexible schedules, wellness programs, leadership transparency, and clear advancement opportunities. So, next is the employee fears or the fears of the employees. As organizations pursue an aggressive growth strategies, it is important to recognize that expansion creates pressure not only on operation but also employees. So for millennials, one major concern is limited career advancement. So according to um, NG et al. 2010, this generation places high value on career progression and meaningful work. So if advancement pathways are unclear, engagement levels may decline. So for Generation Z, concerns are slightly different. According to Deloitte 2023, Gen Z prioritizes job security, psychologically safety, and well being. So, in high growth environments, they may experience burnout, pressure to perform, or uncertainty about stability. So, these fears are not minor issues. So, if organizations fail to address them, turnover risk increases, and high turnover directly disrupts growth strategy by increasing recruitment costs and reducing operational consistency. So that is why strategic HR planning must anticipate employee concerns, not react to them. So employees' fears are not weaknesses. They are indicators of what modern talent values. So organizations that understand and respond to these concerns gain a competitive advantage in retention. To address general to address the general fears, organization needs to create a supportive and inclusive environment where employees feel safe, valued, and able to grow in their careers. So when HR practices are aligned with this company's long-term growth strategy, it is not only improves retention but also strengthens overall competitive advantage. So this is the infographics of Generation Y and the Gen Z, which having a strength, fears, retention, and attraction. So for the conclusion, so for in conclusion, this report shows that the strategic workforce planning plays an important role in supporting Lululemon Atlantica growth strategy. So, as the company continues expanding its operation and strengthening its global presence, have the right employees with the right skills become essential. So, millennials and Generation Zs are the key contributors to the strategy because of their adaptability, technological knowledge, and desires for the meaningful work and development. However, their concerns about career growth, flexibility, and well being must be properly addressed to ensure long term engagement and commitment. So, overall, when human resource practices are aligned with the business strategy, Lululemon can maintain its competitive advantage and achieve sustainable growth in the future. So, next is the references. Yep. And that's it. Thank you for listening and thank you for your time, guys. Thank you.